Good evening, everyone. Today is 29th of November 2020, and this is Open Yoga English Speaking Club. And let me introduce myself. My name is Polina Kanti. I'm an Open Yoga instructor, and I'm a guide of our discussion for tonight. Also, I'm a student of Open Yoga University. All information about our school, about yoga, you can find on our website, yogaopenyoga.com. There are information about more than 30 kinds of yoga. So it's very interesting. It's not only hatha yoga, kriya yoga, pranayama. So check it. And I'm with my assistant. She's Irina Bari, and a little bit later, Irina will introduce herself. What I want to say you, I promised my group that we'll have a surprise, and tonight we have a guest. He's Bogdan. Bogdan is from Serbia, so he doesn't speak Russian. So we have to speak on English tonight, and I think it will be polite if first everyone will introduce themselves. I already have. So Irina, maybe you.
Okay, I will be start. My name is Irina Vari. I am a second-year student of International Open Yoga University. I live in Syktyvkar. It is the north of our country, Russia, and today it is 15-20 degrees below zero. We have a winter, we have snow, and what else about me? My family consists of 4 members, husband and two sons.
Thank you. What does it mean, Vari?
Vari, it is the same, a cloud, Sanskrit, cloud.
Is it Sanskrit or Hindi?
Yes, it is Sanskrit.
Wow, I never heard about it. Thank you. Tanya.
Good evening, dear friends. My name is Tatiana Om. I'm student of Open Yoga University also, and I live near Serbia in Slovenia. It's very close, and we have so many people from Serbia here, and our language very close also, but I don't know Slovenian language. What else? That's all.
Okay. Oh, Bogdan, we can see you. Watch you.
Yeah.
See. I don't know. Now it's your turn.
Hello, I am Bogdan Spasic. I'm from Serbia. I am a student of faculty, or I was a student of faculty of sciences in Novi Sad. I was born in Novi Sad, and I've lived here my whole life, and I'm happy to meet you all.
We are happy to. Thank you. Today we'll speak about childhood. We also have learned a little bit about our childhood, about each other's childhood, but it was in different groups. So now we have the same situation. And first question: do you like your childhood? Yeah, because I know that it's not so clear.
So do I answer?
Yes.
what was exactly the question? Did I like my childhood? Did you say that? Yeah. Well, yes, I'd say so. I mean, it wasn't I wasn't rich or something, but I was loved by my family, and it was great. I don't know. In summary, I liked my childhood, I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, my childhood, yes, it's a good period of my life. It is. I think it is the best period of my life, because in this period we haven't any problems. We have a lot of love. Love with our parents, with our family. We are closer to them. We don't think about problems. We haven't a lot of responsibilities. Yes, ответственность. Responsibilities, and we have funny. We have friends. A lot of people with our friends. We are connecting with people with our friends, and they haven't problems too, and that's why we are in the cloud of happy and without problems. That's why I like this period very much.
Tanya, what is your opinion?
Yes, my childhood wasn't so lucky, but I really like it, and I think all what we have in our life, it's the best for us. That's why I really like it.
I have bad connection. Let me see.
I see you, Polina, and hear you. Is it okay?
I will be this video.
Okay.
Tanya, did you finish?
Yes, I finish.
Oh, okay. What I want to say about childhood. Yes, in our childhood, in my childhood, I also have this view of life that everything is clear, everything is kind, and the world around us kind for me, for other people. I have this feeling from childhood. Bogdan, on our meeting, we can ask each other, we can add comments, we can say, if you want, you can say something, you can do every what you want. If you can understand us.
Yeah, I can understand. Okay. So where did you? I mean, this is to all of you. Where did you grow up?
Good question.
Grow up?
Where
did I grow up? In my town Syktyvkar. It is the north of our country. In my family, with my parents, with my older sister. And every summer we visited our grandparents we went to village and visited our relatives, our cousins, uncles, aunts. It was very happy period.
I was born in Russia, and I grow in Far East. It's near Khabarovsk, and it's near China.
Mhm.
Yes, it's very far.
I was born in Великие Луки, Pskovskая область, small town, and I was there till 7 years, and then we moved to Великий Новгород with my family, and I was grow up in Великий Новгород till and then my childhood was over. I will grow up in Великий Новгород. And when you realized your childhood was over, how it was it?
Полина, я не поняла.
Когда ты поняла, что твое детство закончилось?
When I realized that it is over. I think at first it was the moment when you go to school, not first year, maybe when you are 12 and you have algebra, geometry, physical, and you understand it is over. But after, when you go to university, you think, oh, it was the good period of my life, and now it is over. It is really over. But after this, when you go to the work and you should to get money and live without help of your parents, I think it is the real moment when our childhood is over.
Mm-hmm.
My childhood was not so clear. That's why it's very hard questions for me. I really can't answer on this question. And I think maybe when I was at 6.
So
Really hard.
should I talk now? Well, for me, it was similar to Irina. I also kind of not when I was going to primary school, but when I started going into high school, then it hit me how much obligations I have, and then I felt like my childhood was over. But then when I entered university, then I had the same feeling, like high school was nothing and it was easy. And I don't know, I still, now I have the feeling that my childhood is over because I'm still at university, so I didn't yet get to the work.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'd say the first time I had a feeling that my childhood is over was when I entered high school. So let's say that I was, I think, 14 years old.
In Serbia, we have different system of education. They have I don't know, Bogdan. Maybe you will explain this.
We have so when you're 5, I think when you're 5 or when you're 6, I don't know. You go into 1 or 2 years into preschool, and then when you're 7, you begin primary school, or elementary school is better word, and it lasts 8 years, and then after that is high school. It lasts 4 years, and after high school, most people, like 80% of the people, okay, maybe not that high percentage, but most people also enroll into a university, and it lasts between 3 and 5 years, depending on if you want to finish the master's degree or not.
Thank you. I have the same situation. My childhood was over in university. I understood that, oh, I must to get money. I must to live alone, and I tried to live alone, and it was, oh, now I'm adult. And after a few years, I understood, oh, no, my life is not, and I have the same feeling like in childhood. I can feel that life is a miracle, that life is not so hard, how I thought that life is hard. And sometimes other people can take care about me, and I can feel myself like a child in one period of life, and that adult life, it's not only when you must do everything, you must have control to all things. It was my discover about this period of life. Maybe in some situation, our childhood over nothing is over nothing. Never. Not nothing. Never.
Polina, I
Yes.
can add that I think that our childhood ends and it will not in our life when we born our own children. In this, our childhood ends.
Okay. I will check. I heard
In my life, childhood started when I had kids.
Really? Oh. And yesterday I heard one thought that Adam and Eva were like like children, and they have the same thinking, the same feelings, like a child, you know. What was the brightest impression you had from your childhood?
I have said earlier that my summer holidays was the brightest impressions because my parents left their native town and we live in Syktyvkar without our relatives. And when I visited my grandparents. I visited my sisters, brothers, a lot of another relatives, and it was very it was very happy moments for me. And I remember about it, I recall these moments. We have a lot of time without parents, without grandparents. We walked on the fields, we ate green pea, a lot of berries, a lot of flowers. It was summer, and that's why I remember these moments very clear and like to recall it. What about you, Tatiana? What is your?
I have the same, yeah, the same brightest impression. My grandma live in village, and every summer my parents leave me in her town, and I have two auntie, and she little bit the same. She older than me, maybe 10 years, and I was very, very happy. We ride bicycle, we go walk with cow, because my grandma have so many cow, and we do so many things. It was really very, very, very happy time.
And what about you, Bogdan?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe, well, one of the brightest impressions I had was one summer, me and my family were walking near the river in Novi Sad, and we saw some dogs, and me and my brothers went to pet them and stuff. And very quickly my parents came, and they told us not to get too close to them, because they're street dogs. And anyway, we continued walking, and this one dog was following us. We managed, and he was following us, and me and my brothers went again to him, and we started petting him, and he was really friendly with us and everything. And then we pleaded with our parents to let us bring him home and give him a home. And after about half an hour, they agreed, and then we brought the dog home with us, and he was with us, I don't know, maybe that whole summer. Not very long, but about 2-3 months, and it was really happy and right. Yeah.
What was your favorite game?
What
What was your favorite game?
game
Mhm.
in childhood? Oh. In general, or with something in particular?
Whatever you can say without long thinking.
Well, probably, I don't know, like probably board games, like with cubes, you know, when you throw cubes. I think it's called Yamb or something in Serbia. When we played that when I was a child, I probably that, I don't know. Didn't really have that much time to think about it. But yeah, those board games are probably my favorite games.
It was what was your favorite game, Tanya, Ira?
I don't know. In my childhood, we have so many game outside. We all the time go somewhere. We all the time we ride bicycle. We climb on some how is it? It's antique or underground. I mean, we find some. It's really if my kids will do like this, I don't know. I really will very angry and scary.
I recall that we often played in the game Казаки-разбойники, when we share into teams and one team hide and draw the arrows where they run, and another team looking for this team. And it was really funny, and I lived in the район города, place in our town where a lot of building строящихся домов, как это сказать, Татьяна? Building. And in this period, nobody close this area, and we run on this object. It was very опасно, как danger, but parents didn't know where we are, and it was very interesting for us to be
I remember one summer we played with my old brother, and he started to do something on the computer in his school. We didn't have a computer at home, and he created computer laptop for paper's laptop, you know, and we played this game. It was my bright impression from childhood. We played this game on the outside all summer, all days, from morning to the evening, only this. And I never thought that it will be our reality, that we will sit in front of a computer all days, and it will be so, for me, it's so boring. Now I want to move, to do something with my handmade. Okay. And how was your childhood different from that of your children or children around you? your opinion?
In my opinion, the childhood of I think in my childhood, I hadn't a lot of toys. My children have a lot of toys, and in my childhood, we haven't a chance to have so much toys. And the second difference is that my older son have a phone, and I always can phone him and ask where you are. And I know where he is, but in my childhood, my parents didn't know where their daughter. And when we wanted to ask something, we went closer to our house and loud, very громко, да, loud. We scream very loud. Mama, give me a ball. Now our children phone and ask something. What is the difference?
In my opinion, I think we were freer and we grew like wildflower, not like my kids. As a result, we were more independent, and really we had fewer toys. In my childhood, less food. We didn't travel. But we had many friends. We could walk wherever we want, and we can walk whole day. Nobody ask, and nobody переживать.
Worry.
Worry, yes. Nobody worry about where we are because it was Soviet Union and it was more safety.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like nowadays, well, probably not all parents, but the parents that I have interactions with who have small children now, they pay too much attention to those children, and they spoil them by doing that. And it wasn't like that. I mean, in my family, I was probably the most spoiled from all of my brothers, but still, it wasn't on that level that children nowadays get spoiled. And I think that's the biggest difference, I feel like. Yeah.
And what's the most important thing we have to teach our children?
I think I should to teach my children live without me, without parents, and to be happy, to feel this happy, independent on me, be independent on me, on their father and another relatives who help them now.
We have different situation, by my opinion, with Serbian. In Russian, I observed that I noticed that people live separated family, like mother and father and their children. This is one nuclear family and other nuclear family, grandmother, grandfather, and they connected with each other, but not so close. They can live in our others in different towns, and for example, brother and sister when they're they're adult, they can live in different towns also, and don't communicate with each other. And in Serbian, how I can see that family try to have this warm and close relationship. Yes, is it true?
Well, it varies from family to family, but yes, I think with, I don't know how much, but with some families, including my own, it is yeah, we try to keep close and together, but it's not always like that, you know. But it's probably, let's see, like, I don't know how it is in Russia, but I know in America it's different from in Serbia. They're much closer than not just America, but the West world whole. Just you can tell that just by seeing the names of relatives. So you know, my, let's say, yeah, brother of my mother has children. He has a son, and so in Serbia, in Serbian, that son is called my brother, even though he's not my closest brother. He is my brother from uncle. And on the West, in England, in English, they just call them cousins. They don't see them as close as we. So yeah, it's probably true what you're saying.
And Irina said about independence. And also I can notice that in Serbia, by my opinion, people don't really need to be independent of each other. I worked on one place, and it was family business, and father created this film, and all family work with him, and so they are not independent of each other. They connected also.
Well, I don't know about that, but I assume, well, I assume that when you are in a close family, I mean, in Serbia, I told you there are close families. Some are, some aren't. And when you are in one, and it happens to have a family business, then yes, you don't really need to be independent or something. You can just try to live off of them, you know, let them do the important stuff, and you just be there. But it's not always like that, and a lot of it has to do also with it's not that connected with family, with independence. It's also, I mean, it was during communism, but it's also now making a return. It's also a lot of political. But I mean, it's not that big. It's not that influential. But to some professions, it is important to have connections. I mean, generally it's important to have connections, but yeah, I strayed off now. Yeah, it can be important to be independent, but not.
But
Yeah, it can also not be important. I don't know how to say that. I hope you understood half of what I said, at least.
And early we have the same situation, you know, when family clan is in English also clan.
Yeah.
Clan, yes. When your parents will be who doctors, and you will be doctor, and your children will be doctor also. And Tanya, what do you think about independence and about important thing we have to teach our children?
About independent, I think it's very important, and maybe it's the most important. And at the same time, we need to safe connect with our family. But in my opinion, and it's like my experience, it's I need to help my parents, not my parents help to me. And I need to support them. I need to give them my attention, my love, and I never wait something from them. And my kids still very small. My oldest daughter, just 5 years. And now for me, the most important things what I can give them, of course, it's love. It's love. It's the most important, and I can teach them how to be more confident, because now she start to talk about, oh, I look not so nice, and this girl more beautiful, and really I was shocking. Yes. And we need to explain them how to understand what they're feeling. And very important thing to the desire for knowledge, give them like they really love it, not they need it. And one more thing, it's set goals and achieve them. Because now it's really I see another kids, and I see my brother. I have brother and sister. Some of them very young, and they really they don't understand how to do it. And they have my brother. She's 30, and he has a different childhood. And it was not so hard and not so strong, and he had more I don't know, love, more как опека, защита, protect. I don't know, it's like yes. And now his result, it's not so nice. And what else? And one more very important thing, and they need to be happy without something, without some entertainment, without some gadget. I never give them watch movie, watch cartoons. They don't know what is gadget. And it's really crazy. If one time they watch some cartoons, after that we have really big problem. And really now kids very spoiled. And I never give them enough attention, but they're three and they need to play with each other, because I have my, I want to do something also, and I have my own life. I want to do what I want. And I think it's good way for them, because later it will be easy when they grow up.
And Bogdan, you didn't tell us about most important thing which we have to teach our children.
Well, I don't know, but I think we should teach our children to. I mean, the most important thing we should teach our children is to not be influenced by other people, in the sense that they don't to be independent really, but to have self-confidence and to not be influenced by the actions of other people, and not to do some things just to get just to make other people happy or something, to do things that make them happy, not because they, I don't know, they think people expect them to do something, so they do it because it's expected of them. Now that just do what makes you happy and be happy. I think that's the most important thing to teach our children.
Now we have image for what? For education, for education of our children. Ideal image. Our time is up. Thank you everyone for this meeting. I hope that you will continue to speak in this format. Not next meeting, but later. We'll do it, and I hope and I know that it will be very good. So have a good week, have a good moon, have a lot of energy and a lot of happiness for this week, and see you next week or next week and with good news. Thank you and bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Goodbye.
much. Bye-bye.